What it do, homies? We out here with some PrimuZ. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. We're checking out the song White Gun from Gun Park. I don't think I'm familiar with this. Let's see, White Ghost patient with me. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with this anime, but we here for the bangers anyways. Let's go ahead, shut up, turn it up. That is a crazy way. Hold on. That's a crazy way to open this up, bro. You sense doing all kinds of backflips and bends, yo. Yo. Okay.
Get up on the right, set up and fight. Don't hands, you best do it right. Devil lies, now you got it right. So sad, now you finna don't you miss to the Yamazaki. Big bad wolf and big biggies. Got me in there, you will see. Going under, but it shit on me. And now you petrified, beliefs are being weaponized. Try to kill me, but you out of time.
Okay.
Because I'll add to the genocide until we start y'all winning this game.
Okay.
Have to be the same. Gotta be a part with the one to start this play. Wanna go fuck you, meditate. Wanted this fame, that's okay.
Okay, actually, okay, that's interesting. I don't ever see people. Oh, look at this verses. Yo, shout out to you for putting chapters down here. I don't ever see that in music videos. You know what I mean? And I wonder why. Probably to prevent people from skipping and everything. But so far, you know, loving it. Right, the vocal performance. Like, and come on now. But the intro, bro. I don't know. I imagine that if you're trying to get people's attention, because that synth is blaring like. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not even sure if it's a bad thing, really. If it all depends on what your intent was, right? Because generally, you know, you want kind of music to kind of build up, but starting off really, really strong and then bringing it back down to zero and then going back up, there's nothing wrong with that kind of structure and everything. But that synth was just blaring. But when you actually, who's just rapping here? ER1CK. I like the way you rap. I like the vocal performance. I can hear that fluctuation, and it sound controlled, right? It don't sound like I ain't hearing anything I ain't supposed to hear. And plus, it almost kind of sound like it's done in one take, so I can hear your breaths in between it. I like that. It brings that continuity to it, right? Instead of like punching in, punching out. That does work for some artists, but for most part, they don't, because the energy is broken up. You know what I mean? But I hear that. So this was just okay. It says pre-chorus. This is verse 1. That was a crazy first verse, man. I like that.
Winning this game, have to be the same. Gotta be a part with the one to started this play. Wanna go fuck you,
Mixing
wanted this fame,
ain't that bad.
Problems didn't my enemies. That's why I live on this planet with animosity. Wanna be the first and do. I live on this planet. Problems didn't my enemies. That's why I live on this planet with animosity.
You could that flow right there, right? That's why I live on this planet with animosity. How'd it go? What's the next part? And no. What was the beginning? I don't know. I don't like the way that flowed. I've had enough problems dealing with my enemies. That's why I live on this planet with the animosity. Kind of like a bounce. I think you could have made it work. The next part right here just kind of throws it off just a little bit though. But I see what you're trying to do.
Enemies, that's why I live on this planet.
It's that pause right there. That, you know what I mean? You could have, and if you're doing this one breath, you could have punched out and punched right back in there to kind of make that flow a little bit better.
With animosity, want to be the first and do you the worst. I'll put you in the dirt.
See, like you did here.
The conviction to get the job done right. And that's why I know that monster like me will forever fight. That's why I run this game. I know no shame. If you want to survive, you must be insane. Invincible, unpredictable. When goes my position is unseeable.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Okay, you know the mix ain't half bad on this. Who the mix? The mix is not that half the bad. You know, y'all can hit a tad bit of a distortion. I don't really think it's clipping. But yo, good. You got a whole lot of elements going in there. I can kind of hear. See who's on the chorus. NOG's on the chorus. I can hear you a little bit of your personality in there. Kind of that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, that actually. bro, the vocals that was going on in the background, nice little blend, little harmonies that's going on. That wasn't bad at all. I ain't mad at this chorus at all, man.
The conviction to
Yeah, definitely clipped a little bit, I think. And you know, and you know, I've been listening to EDM for a very long time, and sometimes it ain't a bad thing to clip, especially if that's what you were going for, right? It does have a place. Like a lot of people, you know, musical rules, you know, it's bad to clip and everything. It has its place in music when done, when it's supposed to be done, and with intent, careful intent.
that monster like me will forever fight. That's why I run this game. I know no shame. If you wanna survive, you must be insane.
See that part right there? Be insane. That's character right there. I like that. Right? That's that personality right there.
My position isn't seeable. Life has consequences, no need for reassurance. Cause I am very vicious along with being a menace. I paint this canvas, perfecting my genius. You get no chances cause you made your choices.
See, I like that, right? There's a flow to the verses and everything. And I feel like, you know, when you choosing a flow, especially when you come singing, sometimes a lot of people kind of like unorthodox flows. Unorthodox flows kind of come in and then it kind of come out, and you don't usually kind of follow like you know how rhyming where you got like A B, you know what I mean? You can do the same thing kind of with flows, right? You can switch between like A flow, B flow, A flow, B flow. Unorthodox kind of give you like an A, B, C, and then go back to A. You know what I mean? So whenever I'm hearing people sing, because this is why I didn't hear it the first time, right? You see how that flow. I like that, right? That kind of adds it adds replayability, I think, and it allows your singers to sing with you, right? Because you ain't got too much unorthodox stuff going on. Only very few people can kind of get that unorthodox stuff and make it catchy and everything. But I like what you're doing here, and I start listening to that, like those phrases and stuff, or repeating stuff, allowing it to complete before you move on to like a next flow, right? It allows the listener to kind of just follow along a lot more easier.
You get no chances cause you made your choices. I only make it a habit to promise the day, because when I follow through, only the stronger I left in my eyes, and I am still above.
See, right here again.
Pieces are one in a handful, only exceptions are these two. It's your problems that brought me to you. There's only one that will do it. And that's me. All of these promises are one that want you can't even keep. Know what I see? Bodies on bodies, I want the smell and I want it to ring. What do you know about that? Petty motel reality check. Keep you alive, so what if you miss?
Okay, well, hold on. Wait, hold on now. Hold on.
Only exceptions are these two. It's your problems that brought me to you. There's only one that will do it. And that's me. All of these promises are one that want you can't even keep.
I think there should have been a fake out right there. I think your vocal should have taken the lead, right? And that's me. Some, I don't know, some like a fake out or something. Everything kind of hitting all at once. I guess, you know, because you kind of hit us with the silence, right? To kind of make the build up, and then the drop just came in. Now the drop just came in like immediately. Now the issue that we have here is how are you going to transition into the chorus? Well, I guess you did have that pre-chorus, right? Yeah, you did have the pre-chorus for the chorus came in. So that might work. It's just that's kind of sounding a whole lot like the actual chorus. So I'm wondering how you going to maintain that energy. Let's keep going.
All of these promises are one that want you can't even keep. Know what I see? Bodies on bodies, I want the smell and I want it to ring. What do you know about that? Petty motel reality check. Keep you alive, so what if you miss the mouth? They sound like that's lately wrong. If you leave, you take the devil is run to assume you near my level. Yeah, you got scope, but the bound to be settled. I settled them first by putting your mouth to metal. You trying to be your rubber breaking my body. I'm sorry, you think it'd be fatal. I'm setting you stand like a father. You can never label. I have enough problems than my enemies. That's why I live on this planet with animosity.
Is that a break beat you got going on? Bro, this beat is crazy, right? I see who was on the mix. I didn't see who was on the production. This beat kind of going. All right, so produced by Sobra Lazen COB. Going actually kind of crazy, man. All right. This is a break beat right here. That keeps things interested. Okay, all right.
With animosity, born to be the first and do you the worst. I'll put you in the dirt because you
the pre-chorus.
The conviction
there it goes.
To get the job done right. And that's why I
Nah, it's not bad at all. Honestly, I honestly, to tell you the truth, it ain't bad. I don't think it's that terrible. Honestly, I think just the phrasing, right? So phrasing, like I said, there was some clipping and everything where something was kind of being overshadowed. A whole lot of stuff's kind of hitting at once. You know, whenever you kind of doing that impact, especially when you got the vocal singing at the same time, you got to make sure you got enough space for everything to come through nice and clearly, right? And like I said, it wasn't like terrible. And I've heard some terrible mixes on here. It wasn't that terrible. And you know, I'm listening with some good headphones that keep things flat so I could try to hear it as much as I can. I'm not mad at that song, honestly. Chorus was kind of going, but phrasing, I think there was just some places in there where the phrasing was kind of weird. But sometimes, you know, you kind of just chalk it up to creative liberties, you know what I mean? So, but no, I liked it. Yeah. You let me know what y'all thought about it down in the comments. Dave's out.